prize starts at $50,000 and grows as more people play. And you can win it instantly. Just buy a quick win ticket at the counter or online. Check to see if you've won, and boom, you can win the jackpot on the spot.
So, will that be all?
Yeah. It's the all-new Quick Win, only from the Georgia Lottery.
You watch them fight, that produces a spark out in your own heart. Kids are sitting here because they can't be treated anywhere else.
She was so sick just 2 years ago, and now she's just happy, healthy baby.
100% of your money stays local and goes to these patients and these families. Every dollar matters, every dollar counts.
I don't think that we would be able to sit here and talk today if this place wasn't here.
SEC, you can't handle the roof.
From our family to yours, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Live from Augusta, you're watching News 12 at 6 o'clock.
It is cold and breezy out there for now, but will you need that heavy-duty coat on New Year's Day? We're tracking the impacts next at 6 o'clock. And fond childhood memories are flooding in as two old friends reflect on the life of Jamila Smith.
It was so beautiful. Like, Millie is beautiful, inside and out.
These stories coming up in a moment, but first...
Road to Miami, sponsored by Jim Hudson Automotive Group.
It is officially less than 24 hours from kickoff of Georgia's final game of the year against Florida State. Dan and Alyssa are down in Miami getting us ready for the pep rally as the hype continues to build. Guys, how's it going?
Now, Laura, as most people know, the atmosphere down here in Miami is usually kind of crazy because of the nightlife. But on this night, we have college football fans roaming the streets, eagerly awaiting kickoff tomorrow at Hard Rock Stadium.
Georgia's bus has just arrived. The fans are now lining the streets. I was really worried because I didn't see any Dogs fans out, but, you know, it's dusk. The Dogs come out at dusk. That's just the deal.
You know, and they do, and they're really looking forward to seeing one of their best players, Brock Bowers. And I'm telling you, great players who transcend a team's performance and the talents of everyone around them do not grow on trees. For the past 3 years, tight end Brock Bowers has been everything and more for the Dogs, being arguably the best player on the field every time he suits up. Number 19 won the Mackey Award for being the best tight end in the country for the second year in a row, becoming the first player to ever do that. And with him expected to declare for the NFL draft soon enough, Kirby discussed the importance of what Bauer meant to his program over the years.
Kind of changed the culture of the work ethic around, especially on our offense. To see him go out there and compete and work like he did for the 3 years he has been pretty remarkable. I mean, he is a machine when it comes to practice. Doesn't get tired, works his tail off, and he set a standard that'll be there for a long time.
Like you just heard there, Coach Smart said he's a significant piece offensively, but he's also outside the field of play. Brock Bowers has changed the culture around the facility, making everyone take notes, even the guy who's often throwing him the ball.
Actually, I told him the other day, like, dude, like, truly, like, one of the best college football players to ever play the game. And, I mean, he has the work ethic. He's put in the work. I mean, you've seen it from the day that he got here.
Carson Beck also used the word superhuman to describe him after only missing less than a month from that tightrope surgery. Whether or not he does suit up tomorrow, he sure has left his mark on the Georgia program.
And when asked about his status, Kirby said, quote, "We'll see." So I guess that means we'll see, and we'll find out around game time tomorrow, because we know there are a lot of Dogs fans out there who would love to see number 19 suit up one final time.
I have a feeling he's not going to miss that last competition round, so we're looking forward to that game. Thanks so much, Dan and Alyssa. Looking forward to your coverage from Miami. Turning to weather now as we take a live look over Riverwatch at I-20 as the sun is setting on a cold, I would say blustery day, Emily.
Oh, definitely. You can tell that Dan and Alyssa are not here in the CSRA because they look like they have the short sleeves on, and I guess my dress is short sleeves, but I'm indoors.
You're inside.
Yeah, there we go. That's why. Because it's pretty cold out there. Here's the current wind chill, so it's a few degrees warmer than this, but this is the feels like temperatures. This is what really matters. It's pretty cold. We're seeing upper 30s, low 40s, and it's just barely past the 6 p.m. hour. So things are going to drop off quickly overnight tonight. But another thing I want to point out is the wind speeds. They've been pretty gusty throughout the day today. Tomorrow's not going to be any different. We can see wind gusts up to 15, maybe even 20 miles per hour. And the same can be said for our Sunday. So be aware of that if you have any outdoor plans over the weekend. But things are going to be warming up tomorrow. We'll see the low 50s by the afternoon. But again, those wind speeds going to make it feel a little bit colder out there. So definitely heavy jacket weather for really the next week or so, Laura.
Oh, that does not sound encouraging because today was too much for me. Emily, thank you. Taking a live look here over Hartsfield International Airport in Atlanta. All day, more planes have been taking off and landing as people take to the skies, getting to their holiday destinations. TSA expecting to screen more than 2.6 million people at airport security checkpoints. The FAA says the busiest day will be Saturday with more than 48,000 flights expected. And while all of those people are mixing and mingling, flu cases are ramping up in Georgia and South Carolina. Just hours ago, new data updated showing very high activity in both states. Experts say most of these increases being fueled by, you guessed it, those holiday gatherings. The CDC says since October, Georgia's seen more than 1,000 metro area flu hospitalizations and 21 different outbreaks. With the biggest party of the year just hours away now, our Hallie Turner explains why you might want to rethink that New Year's Eve kiss.
As you and your family are busy getting together to celebrate the holidays, Dr. Roger MacArthur says, so are flu germs and bacteria.
Bad as it is now in Georgia, it's even worse now in South Carolina. South Carolina is super high activity, and they also started later, but they've caught up pretty much already to last year.
Georgia now joins South Carolina along with 7 other states, ranking at the top spot, level 13 for flu cases. Since October, 8 people in Georgia have died from the flu, and more than 1,000 have been hospitalized. In South Carolina this week alone, there were 446 people in the hospital with the flu, and 18 total deaths this flu season. But Dr. MacArthur says we've yet to see the worst.
In all age groups. In the lab, about 1 in 7, 1 in 8 specimens right now are testing positive, and that's up from the last week or two. So it's going up. And it hasn't peaked yet.
He says even with the vaccine, you aren't completely in the clear.
It's estimated every year that the vaccine provides anywhere from 40% protection to 60%. So even with a vaccine, it's not completely safe.
But if you combine the vaccine with the correct precautions, you will have the best chance at protection.
The best way to both prevent the spread and to prevent getting it is by wearing a mask.
In Augusta, Hallie Turner, on your side.
And I don't know if you've noticed in the stores, have started seeing more people wearing masks this time of year, so it may not be a bad idea to keep everybody safe. Tonight, as investigators continue looking for the body of a missing mother, childhood friends are coming forward to speak about Jamila Smith's life. Audrey Dickerber joins us live in the newsroom. So, Audrey, what did they say about Jamila?
Her family and friends say it's hard to put into words how they are feeling right now and how they've been feeling for the last month. I spoke to some of her closest friends who grew up with Jamila about who Jamila was and the impact she's made on everyone she's met.
When Millie walked in the room, it was more so like her beauty won. You know, like, she's beautiful. Millie has always just been the little pretty, beautiful little thing. But it was like her spirit. Like, she never let nobody feel like they were less than anything.
Jamila was always there for everyone she loved. Her closest friends say she was the glue that held them together.
I don't have that no more. Like, you know, like, it's not there anymore. I have no one to call, you know, talk to. So, you know, it's hard. It really is hard.
Losing so much while having so little information about what happened and why.
But since the day I met Jamila, like I said, we had an unbreakable bond. Like, I truly love Jamila. I can't remember a day that I haven't since I met her.
Her friends say her smile lit up a room, and there wasn't anything she wouldn't do for the people she loved.
I don't know, it's just a hard situation to deal with because it's like, you know, used to having someone there pretty much as long as I can remember as far as friendship and love and genuine connection.
Her love for her friends was strong, but was even stronger for her kids. Now they're just hoping for answers and peace.
You know, trying to find out, like, where she is. Like, Like, where is Millie? Like, that's just something we need. We need to know where she is. Like, bring her home so we can have closure, you know, in our hearts.
This is really an extremely difficult time for her family, friends, and children. They urge anyone with any information to help them find answers and to come forward.
All right, thanks for sharing your story, Audrey. Okay, did you know the CDC classifies December, January, and March as the most dangerous times of the year for drug and alcohol-related deaths? Since 1999, nearly 91,000 deaths have been reported. The American Addiction Centers say during the holidays, 29% of people say they drink more. The holidays are known to be a joyful time, but for others, it can be a really challenging time for those in recovery. Our Sydney Hood shares personal stories of navigating addiction and recovery, not only for the holidays, but year-round.
Spencer Wortley and Bo Bowling have a special bond.
Yeah, we got sober together. Still doing it.
Still doing it.
The two came to the Hale House last year.
I was at a point where I just couldn't live happily at all. I was worthless, useless to my family, to anybody.
I always had an issue with drugs and alcohol for a long time, since I was about 15. It was the master of my life.
But now both of them can say they are sober.
And the way it works is you can keep sharing that hope that we didn't have, that we got here, to give it to someone else.
Because after all, hope is what got them here in the first place.
So I saw guys that were still sober, and I call those guys hope in human form. Because I saw that they were just once as hopeless as I was, and they were still sober, and they looked happier every time I was coming back.
And it was here they were able to see life on the other side of addiction.
I think it's a big misunderstanding on the outside world looking in on guys and women staying sober. We're just fighting it off during the holidays, or if it's not the holidays. I don't fight it at all today.
Not fighting is how these two are able to keep going. In Augusta, Sydney Hood, on your side.
And for anyone out there struggling, looking for help, you can call the 24/7 Georgia Crisis Access Line at 1-800-715-4225. Writing to fix bullying. Next at 6 o'clock, we're introducing you to a child author helping her peers. And a cold night in store for us, but we'll warm up for our weekend. I'll have your full forecast coming up.
Time and
Taking a live look out over I-20 in Grovetown. Heads up 2 weeks into the new year. Drivers can expect a major lane closure and detour for Lewiston Road at Horizon South Parkway at exit 190. That'll be the traffic pattern swapping to that diverging diamond. Finally, after all this time they've been working on that. Starts at noon on January 18th. We'll try to remind you closer, but going ahead and letting you know now to brace for that, because it's probably going to be a learning curve. Even though diamonds don't have curves, they have points, Emily.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm glad that this is waiting until after the holidays.
Yeah.
That's what
we all are. Yeah. Long after the holiday travel, January 18th.
Yeah, definitely good that got out there. But I want to take a look at current temperatures. We are sitting right at 45, but feels colder than that. And that's because of the wind chill. Feels like 41, dew point 29 right now. So it is very dry out there. Cold out there and a little windy too. Winds coming from the west at 8 miles per hour, but thankfully we are dry, not seeing any rainfall, because that would be very cold out there to have some rain. But again, current wind chill, some spots are already seeing the upper 30s, and again, this is the feels like temperature right now, so it doesn't matter that it's 45, feels like 41 here at Bushfield. But again, it is very dry as well. Definitely chapstick weather. It is winter, it's windy, definitely need the lotion and chapstick there. But the wind speeds are not going anywhere. Saturday could see wind speeds up to 15, maybe even 20 mile per hour gust for us. So again, I guess wind speeds will be a few miles lower than that, but same can be said for Sunday. Still going to be pretty windy throughout the day. If you have any plans throughout New Year's, or if you're traveling at the Orange Bowl, it's going to be beautiful weather. I know Dan and Alyssa are down there right now. Looks great. They seem pretty warm out there, but it's going to be in the 70s if you're there for the weekend on Sunday, but Saturday 67. If you have any other travel plans, probably going to need to have a big coat handy for you because it's going to be cold. This is what we're looking at for New Year's Eve, so a lot of people are going to be outdoors. Definitely going to need a heavy coat there because we'll see the 30s by midnight. So, and no sun to give you some warmth overnight, so it's definitely going to be cold there. Not much of a change in the forecast. We'll be staying in the 50s, but rain is possible late Monday overnight, and then again on Thursday. That's when we are really expecting the next best chance of some measurable rainfall, Laura.
All right, thanks for that, Emily. An Edgefield County 9-year-old, now an author with a published book available on Amazon. We'll caught up with her and her mom to find out their story.
Kayla Harrison, me and my bully. I'm very proud of her. Mr. Rooney.
Kayla's mom, Jessica Harrison, didn't expect this.
No, I really didn't. Especially at a young age.
But her 9-year-old didn't let age stop her. And now, Kayla's name is published.
I'm going to tell you how I stood up to my school bully. Her brother was actually bullied. And I found a letter that he actually wanted to kill himself. So we had to go and get mental help for him. And so that's how this book come about.
Kayla saw what her brother was going through, so she set out to write a book to help other kids going through a similar situation.
Say no, be kind.
Kayla says writing it became challenging at times, but she was determined to finish it.
I said no. You could do anything, don't let nobody say. Make sure nobody say you cannot do nothing. That's you. You can do anything you want to be in your life and follow your dreams.
In Augusta, Will Volt on your side.
And if you're interested in the book, again, it is available on Amazon. We have a link posted so you can buy it on our web story. One mother is grateful for a life-saving Christmas miracle after a head-on crash changed the trajectory of her life forever. We share her story next on News 12 at 6 o'clock.
Provide savings and free design services. Lazy Boy. Long live the lazy.
We are excited to announce that the Medicare Specialist is now the 64 Insurance Group. And while we've expanded our portfolio to include other health insurance products, we are still your go-to for all things Medicare. Don't wait until you're 65 to call. AreYou64.com.
There are three you can look up to.
Hey, Chip, what's the matter?
Man, this name change is stressing me out.
Everyone will know we still specialize in Medicare.
Yeah, I know that. What about this?
AreYou64.com.
We're putting our foot down to keep. Long live the lazy.
Days before Christmas, one quick trip to the grocery store changed a mother's life in Columbia County forever. A driver running a red light slammed into Rebecca Zeitner head-on. As our Nick Veland shares her recovery story, she says a Christmas miracle saved her life.
One text let Madeline Rogers know that her best friend and single mom of 5 kids' life was hanging in the balance.
It was pretty heart-wrenching, especially the first few days.
A car running a red light hit Rebecca Zeitner on Columbia Road. She was headed to the store for diapers and sending her directly to get emergency surgery.
And she told me the surgeon came in after and said he lost count of how many screws were in there.
Fractures up her spine almost paralyzed her and almost killed her.
It is really tough because I love her. That's my best friend. And I could have lost her. So I know that I'm fortunate that I didn't lose her.
And fortunately, 5 kids still have their mom.
I don't know what I would do without you. And my heart, breaks to think about a world where her babies don't have a mother.
Rogers knows that the situation could have been worse, which is why she's seeing this as a reminder to let people know how you feel.
I'll always tell people you love them, even if you're walking out the door to go to the grocery store and you're going to be right back. You never know. So that drives that home even more. Just knowing that it is a miracle, but anything can happen.
The road to recovery for Rebecca will be a long one. She has limited movement. She won't be able to work until she is fully healed. So definitely keep that family in your prayers. 5 kids to take care of too. It's time to bring out that spring cleaning list, and while you're changing the batteries in your smoke alarm, don't forget, check on your address numbers outside your home. Back in March, we introduced you to a pair of teenagers who were painting curbs over in Aiken and North Augusta. Well, Curb ID is back. Reese and Bailey Kirkland were spotted out today helping out homeowners. These painted letters not only help your postal drivers, but first responders when they respond to an emergency. The pair say they are shocked about their business growth.
You know, when we started this, we thought it was just going to be like a couple houses here and there, like our house, some friends, some family, but it's really grown to be something a lot more than that. And I really think that our impact, I love the way that we can help our community in these situations and how we can make it a safer, better place.
So far, they've painted more than 500 curbs in the CSRA, and if you're interested, they say their peak season starts in March. They're painting, though, right now. Just reach out to them on Facebook. Love that idea. A couple of entrepreneurs.
Yeah, I love to see that. Definitely gonna need a coat out there. Maybe if they're out there painting anytime soon, it's gonna be cold for really the foreseeable future, but especially overnight tonight. Wind chills gonna feel like those upper 30s, low 30s for the overnight lows. But I'll have a check on your New Year's Eve forecast coming up after the break.
On the CBS Evening News.
Good news is New Year's Eve is looking great. Definitely going to be a little bit chilly out there, maybe a few clouds, but overall, viewing for fireworks should be good. As long as you have a big coat, maybe even a scarf and some gloves, it's going to be cold out there. We'll see the 30s by midnight. Those winds, though, calming down for us for the evening and overnight hours, where we'll be southwest at about 3 miles per hour. That's a drastic difference from what we're expecting throughout the day, Saturday and Sunday. So, again, it's going to be a windy weekend for us, but we'll be warming up. Once we hit Monday, we might even see 60 in some spots, but on average, right around 59. We're going to be sunny Tuesday, so great day to get outdoors. 55 for the high temperature. Going to be mostly cloudy for the rest of the week before we get into the weekend, but showers possible late overnight Wednesday, really early Thursday mornings when we're expecting to see some measurable rainfall for us. But Friday not looking too bad, Laura. I'm keeping an eye on next weekend, though. We could see some showers, but a little too early to tell for certain.
Okay, we will keep the umbrella and the jackets handy then. Thanks, Emily. We have more news coming up tonight at 11.
At the CBS Evening News, we focus on solutions, finding solutions to help people understand what are the right choices to make for you and your family.